Ìjẹ̀ṣàrẹ́ ọmọ arógun yọ yẹtẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́ bọmọ bókun ríà. Ìjẹ̀ṣàrẹ́ arógun yọ yẹtẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fọwọ́ bọmọ bókun. No complain fọmọ ọba. Ìjẹ̀ṣà nílé ọjà ká máa gbádùn ní tiẹ̀ ẹ̀dí. Importer original ẹ̀dí ni. Exporter original ẹ̀dí ni. Ọkọ abí àwòsàn ní ọmọ rà dìgún ẹ̀dí ni. Àwòrán aláàjì ìyá romi ẹ̀dí ni.
Olùgbàlà ṣe rere fún mi lè ní kí n rí bá ṣiṣẹ́ fi rọ́nà pé bá jẹ́ kí n rí jẹ́ àjẹjẹ o. Má kọjá mi Olùgbàlà. Iṣẹ́ mi ni mò ń lọ, èṣù má tẹ̀lé mi o. Ibi
gbogbo ibùdókò lọ́rọ̀ ni so oníbà ti débi abalẹ̀ rẹ̀ lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ inú mi dùn pé a ti ní ààrẹ inú ẹgbẹ́ tuntun onílàyàn ọ̀mọ̀wé ni gbajúmọ̀ ni èmi dẹ̀ dùn wà láàrin alíbe lónìí níjàre ìbá ń pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ọ̀mọ̀wé Dayọ̀ Akínmọ́ládùn kámi wà bọ̀dá níjàre yàbọ̀ níbẹ̀ ìjìṣà mi sọ níbẹ̀ ọmọ mẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ìṣẹ́ra ikọ̀ mo ti mú ẹ̀yìn o yàbọ̀ ayélujára dáa. Ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ á ní bọ̀dá rẹ̀ á ní ọ̀mọ̀wé dè ní ọ̀bùkọ́ ìtàn ó di méjì lọ́rùn yẹyẹ o yóò ló bí irun òòlù tó méjì ọkọ rẹ̀ ìmọ̀ ọjọ́ bùkọ́ sọmọ ọjọ́ bùkọ́ níbi ọ̀ka rẹ̀ láyé ọ̀là àbùjọ máa yé ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ àtúnọ̀ ilé ìṣàgbàmọ́ skul inú mi dùn láti pe ìyẹn ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ àgbà ọ̀mọ̀wé David olówó kéré ọmọ ìgbàjọ rẹ lẹ́rùn jáde bọ̀dá ìyàbọ̀ níbi ayé rẹ̀ á dá ìyàbọ̀ ìjàmbá pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ọkọ̀ tuntun rí à ẹ pàtẹ́wọ́ ní ẹ̀ka ló ṣe yín pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ọjà rẹ̀ ọmọ ìdílé jáde. gbogbo ẹran nìyẹn mi kọ́ mi pa ilé ìrìn níbi ìjókòó sí ibẹ̀ yẹn kọ́ mi ṣe yín ọtí mélòó ètò mọ́ inú mi dùn láti pe ọba rẹ̀ Adíbe ni mo pè é ní wò ní ọmọ òdó lè rè ẹ̀kàn kọlà ni mọ́rùn lọ́ba rẹ̀ Adíbe òdó ẹ̀gẹ́. Kábíyèsí o tẹ́kí sí fìlà jẹ́mi sí torí màá pàdé látàrí gbàgbé jáde jẹ́mi sí fìlà mo délé mo bá rí mo pẹ̀rọ ọkọ ìjà ìbá ń pàtẹ́wọ́ fún ọ ọba rẹ o ní àtìyàwó yìí máa bọ̀ ọba fana Olúṣọlá Akérèmísí. Atlanta yà alágbà yìí lálejò so ń bá rí ẹlẹ́ àṣẹ lónìí ìlú ayélujára àní alọ́nìkọ́ àjọ níbi ní Atlanta níbi ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀ṣà níbi àǹtí mímí èrè ọmọ adúrójà ní ilé ìṣà àtọ̀tọ̀ àtẹ̀sílẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà ní èrè ìjà ìbá ń pàtẹ́ fáǹtì ní Esther ọmọ wílò náà gbogbo ìṣàlẹ̀ kàwé àìsàn lè rò lórí àbọ̀jà àǹtí mi àbọ̀ níbi ìmọ̀ràn ní Dr. Olúyẹmí place káàkiri àjọ. ìbá àpàtẹ́ fún ọ kó ṣe ilé pàtẹ́ rẹ̀ àbí à. bọ̀dá ìmọ̀ bínú o bẹ́ẹ̀ dára kọrin àbí láàjọ kó náà tí. àti bí retí ọ̀rá yòókù o àwọn ìkan mọ́ pàdé láwọn akẹ́yìn yòókù tó dé kí ni a sọ̀rọ̀ àlọ́ ìjókòó yìí ti pé àbí ti pé àwọn àwọn àmì ẹ̀sìn ẹ̀dá àwọn àmì ẹ̀sìn bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn ìkan ní lánàá ìmọ̀ pàdé ẹ̀dí bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ máa ní o yóò wó mi gan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà wọ́n wà ìgbésà àìsù wọ́n ní bá wà rí àfín àìrí mi ní àfín. bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́ba wí àmọ́bọ̀ kí ni o ìlẹ́wà wí ọkọ̀ jẹ́ mẹ́ta o wọ́n pe lọ́rọ́kọ rẹ̀ lọ́kọ̀ àìpẹ́ alẹ́ ní àtijọ́ náà ní àlẹ́wà wí ó ní mo ti di ṣífù ó ní ṣífù ló ń pè wí kàdí ṣífù rẹ̀ ẹ̀ àrà kọ́ wá lọ́rùn rẹ̀ yóò wọ́n ọba yóò ti joyè oyè wọ́n lọ jẹ́ agbóríwé àkókò ẹ̀sìnwé àkókò lamẹ́ríkà agbóríwé àkókò jáde olórí yóò ti dọ̀ba yóò ti di joyè oníbàjẹ́ òde ẹ̀rọ apè ní àwíwá ọba ìjẹun jẹ ìṣàlẹ̀ òde mọ́ àmì sọ̀kó ní máa kàdí kí wọ́n bọ̀ ń lọ ọmọ ẹ̀rí kọ́ ìgbà kan wọ́n gbà kan wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ rọrùn ọbẹ̀ àmì olóògbé ilẹ̀ gbà kan lè ṣàkóso ọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ jẹ́ wúlò bẹ́ẹ̀ tán jẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ jẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n ìyá náà lọ́wọ́ ìgbójú ẹ̀ kúrò ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàpá ni ìjàpá ọkọ̀ yán níbo ṣé ní ìjàpá ó ṣe pàdé fún ìyàn ẹranko yòókù ilé ìdíbẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ jẹ́ ìjàpá ní bá débẹ̀ ọgbọ́n ìdí àjìṣà náà ṣe gbọ́n rèé ọ̀rẹ́ àjìṣà agbọ́n tinútẹ̀yìn ìjàpá bá débẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ jẹ́ ọmọ rẹ̀ bá wá ọmọ rẹ̀ bá rí ọmọ ṣe jẹnulé ọ̀pá àgbo ìjìṣà pè bẹ́ẹ̀ àgbo bá pàgbó ni bá wí ọmọ rẹ̀ bá débẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ fẹ́ gbàlejò lé ṣé àjìṣà náà mú ilé àìṣọ́ náà ẹni rẹ̀ aláwọn ilé àìṣọ́ náà àjìṣà làálàáhùn àrè ìtọ́jú obìnrin àìṣọ́ pé kò dúró kẹ̀kẹ́ lálẹ́ aṣáálẹ̀ jẹjẹ lákàá ìtọ́jú obìnrin wọ́n àyà òjìṣà nílé ìwòjú ni bó ṣe lójú ọ̀ṣẹ̀ dáa tó rí tètè ọlọ́run àfi mélòdì sáyé rí o bí ọlọ́run àfi mélòdì sáyé rí àbí wọ́n máa ń kẹ́lẹ́ ọkọ̀ jájá rí ìmọ̀ ẹ̀ lè ṣe àlọ́lọ́run fi àṣèdájọ́ ayé nínú bíbélì Genesis orí kìíní ẹsẹ̀ kejì ìmọ̀ ti wí ni à ìsọ́ní Yorùbá bá gbígbé
ayé wà ní jújú
ọ̀ká rẹ̀ ìbẹ̀lẹ̀ ọ̀dà ok bísùrù ọtí ń bọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ìbùn jẹ́ mi ń jẹ́ ìmọ̀ adákẹ́rọ̀ mi kábíyèsí wà níbi ń jáde bá mi dìde kí bàbá rẹ̀ ya lọ́jà ẹnjìnìà Adédoyin Adélẹ́kùn please give a big round of applause please. iṣẹ́ mọ̀ dúpẹ́ o nǹkan àbọ̀ sá ẹ̀ sá nǹkan ẹ̀ sá so ní bíbélì yìí ṣe àfẹ́ràn Ọlọ́run yẹn parí ọ̀rọ̀ mi sá o bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ní Genesis orí kìíní ẹ̀sẹ̀ kejì mọ̀ ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀ka bíbélì láti gbé mọ́ ká bíbélì bá gbàgbọ́ ṣe ní mọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́ kí mi ọ̀dẹ̀ pásọ̀ kí mi dá ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo ṣe ní mẹ́ka ìgbọ́ràn ẹ̀gbọ́n ni bàbá mi fi gba sí mi àkọ́dókò bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ̀bí Ọlọ́run dálé ayé ilé ayé wà ní júùjù ìsẹ́jẹ́ kéwì ìsẹ́wì júùjù kẹ́bà sí Ìjẹ̀ṣà ìsàlẹ̀ wí júùjù èdè Ìjẹ̀ṣà lọ́nà bí a sì dájọ́ ayé ẹni bá wù kẹ́ gbọ́ ọdún bá wù kẹ́ mọ́ gbọ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ bàbá adéṣẹ́rẹ́ ògbòdò níyàn ṣé ń rí lọ́rẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ alẹ́ kẹjọ ọlọ́bẹ̀ a sì dájọ́ ayé ìwò mi ni à àpọ́sọ̀ bàbá alákàíbọ́ ti yá Kúmúyì kọ́ Adébóyè kọ́ Bánjọ kọ́ ojúkù Ọbádàrẹ kọ́ Abíára kọ́ lórí òkè kí mo lọ mo jèrè bọ ọ̀rọ̀ mi dọ̀rẹ́ ò mo jèrè bọ ẹgbẹ́rẹ́ ilé ìṣàmọ̀dà fún wáyé lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ méjì ṣáà máa jẹ́ kí ó èrè Fákẹ́yẹ kọ́ Iléṣà Ìjẹ̀ṣà náà ti ní èrè jáde Ìjẹ̀ṣà ni mo pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ibẹ̀ sí ilé sórí ara mo mi sọ̀rọ̀ ni ara mo mi wíre ni mẹ́mọ̀ south mẹ́mọ̀ north ṣàpè méjì bí Ìjẹ̀ṣà mo wí ẹ̀ ọkọ ti rí inú búburú bí mi mo fẹ́ sọ lóko òrùn tẹ́lẹ̀ ni Ìjẹ̀ṣà àkọ́bọ̀ alẹ́sẹ̀rẹ̀ òkòdò níyàn ara wọn mi wíre ni ìwé bàbá rẹ̀ àkọ́bọ̀ alẹ́sẹ̀rẹ̀ gbé yanyan yẹn rọjà yẹn jẹmọ yọrọ bí oṣù àtọ́lẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà mọ bìbí ní lọ́dún oyin burúkú àbí mi àkànní ó ṣe ọ́ oyin bẹ̀ sí ilé mọ́dà lóhùn ìrá ìkó ni òrèlè àwọn ti pẹ́ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ nọ́mbà pẹ́ lẹ́yìn ọkọ̀ mọ́dà lóhùn wọ́n pa ilé ìrìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìrá ìkó kan wà níbẹ̀ ni àbí wọ́n gbèdè mi ẹ̀yin wò bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ bàbá àṣàlá nílé rẹ̀ ẹ̀yin bàbá àṣàlá ò ẹ̀yin adá wọ́n yà kọ́ lẹ́kàn mọ́ wọ́n yà kọ́ America Nigeria national lẹ́kàn mọ́ ní mo jùtù rẹ̀ ló bá mọ̀ Nigeria national kẹ́kọ́ o mẹ́mọ́ o bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀ ti yá ní iye mi màá gbóná láyé òkú ọ̀gá gbogbo ènìyàn ìjàre inú mi dùn láti pe ààrẹ àtọ́níkú àjọlálẹ̀ the former president of Ipid àbúrò mi ni ọ̀nìyàn mi ni ẹnì pẹ́ dédé ní ọbẹ̀ yọjú kárí ọ ti ń bọ̀ ọkọ ètò ó di méjì lọ́rùn yẹyẹ ń kí olóbi ó lọ tó mi sọkọ rẹ̀ olùkùnmí ní èrè kọ́mbínàtì mi ní ọbẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀ṣà yẹ ẹ̀yà ìrìn kó ń mọ́nìkà ìgbèrè pé ó ti wojú mi bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àyà àìwọ̀dà kẹ́mọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ ẹ̀rọ máa sọ̀kúsọ ẹ̀yà àbò níbi yóò ń bọ́ bá ṣẹ̀yẹ bọ́ bá ṣẹ̀yẹ yẹmí Fáṣakín wọn bàbá rí tó ta kíra lè ṣàkíra wọn sí wọ́n yà bọ̀ lájókòó rẹ̀ ẹ̀dá pàtẹ́wọ́ fún o. àti mi dóde ọ̀rọ̀ Àbújá o sẹ́nitọ́ Ọmọwúrà rẹ̀ àti mi dóde o kọ́ bá ti dé àpẹ́sọ ìtẹ́gùn gbẹ lábẹ́rẹ́ ètò kí a mú wí lọ́jà rẹ̀ ìjàre mọ́ bínú o ìjàre ayé ni a dá o àwọn ẹni gbádùn ni o ìnà mi pọ̀ mi lókùn pọ̀ níbẹ̀. ìjàre sá o ẹ sàbò fẹ́ẹ̀ sá sá ìjàre sá. ẹ̀ka tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ nǹkan ẹ̀ka kọ́ fi tọ́lọ́run síwájú nínú ìlú láti pé pastor Ojo Feyitimi kọláfọ aládùúrà kékeré àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ please give me a big round of applause pastor Ojo Feyitimi please. excuse sir yàbọ̀ níbi yàbọ̀. ní kí ṣe ṣókè òbọ̀dá torí Ọlọ́run ti gbàdúrà rẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́dì o ìṣe àlọ́ títí tí o ní ẹ̀dá ní kí ṣe kíákíá ní o.
ẹ jẹ́ ká dìde fún àdúrà. Olúwa Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè Olúwa Ọlọ́run alágbára mímọ́ mímọ́ nínú àwọn ọ̀run àdúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín àdúpẹ́ yín pé ẹ pè wá jọ ní ọjọ́ ìní láti wá ṣe àjọrò fún ìgbésókè ìlú wa adúpẹ́ pé gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wá láyà tàlàfíà àrí wàhálà àrí dààmú adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ǹjẹ́ bí a ṣe fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gbogbo nǹkan tí a ó ṣe lálẹ́ Ọlọ́run ló máa wà pẹ̀lú wa Jésù má fi wá sílẹ̀. Gbogbo nǹkan tí a bá ṣe léèlì babájú ti ọ̀dọ̀ yín wọ́n lẹ́sìn sí wa ẹ wà pẹ̀lú wa. Ǹjẹ́ tí a bá dẹ̀ padà lọ sí ibikíbi tí gbogbo wa ti wá Jésù ọmọ wa padà láyé àtàlàfíà ògo yín ọlá yín kó máa bá a gbé Jésù Kristo Olúwa wa àmín àmín lórúkọ Jésù.
Yẹ bá ń gbàtẹ́ fún ọ̀dà rẹ̀ bọ́dà ní ìfọ̀jú ẹ̀kẹ́ pèmí lọ́mọdé ìmọ̀wé lọ́gbọ́n iṣẹ́ ìbọ̀dà bàbá rẹ̀ á gbé yín o bọ́dà káàbí ọ̀gbọ́n rin ọmọ ọ̀fẹ́ ìṣe wọn wọ́n mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ dáadáa òwúrọ̀ ìṣàmù olóko wọ́n là mọ̀ tí ẹ̀ ẹ̀sìkọ̀ ìjẹ́ sí tiẹ̀ ọ̀ká ìlà ìwọ̀ ẹni bàbá rẹ̀ tiẹ̀ ọ̀ká ìlọ́mọ fún bàbá rẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ìjà nítorí Ọlọ́run mo fẹ́ sọ̀kò a máa pé olùsọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ọ̀mọ̀wé ẹ̀gbọ́n rẹ̀ Dr. David Olówókéré, the chairman of the Department of Engineering and Technology, Texas Southern University, Houston, Texas, to give us a keynote speaker. Professor Olówókéré, please give me a big round of applause.
And it is our origin for sure, authentic one for that matter. It's a big privilege to be here tonight to give the keynote speech for this event. And I'm full of appreciation for the organizers for deciding that I should be the one to give this speech tonight. Thank you very much. But it's going to be a very short one. It is going to be indeed a very short one. But I need the attention. I want people to pay attention to what I want to say. I don't want to see people walking around the whole place or talking or chatting and stuff like that. You have to forgive me. I'm a university professor. I'm used to giving order, instruction. So please for tonight, just forgive me. I don't want people running all over the place. You've got to listen to me because I want to talk. Okay. The very first thing I want to say tonight is that we are indeed privileged to have amongst us engineer Lodja Adileku. I have to go straight to the point. And I tell people everywhere that when I write a note on my life history, the name Doyin Adileku will always be in gold. Because if we all remember how we get to where we are, this will be a better life. And just tonight, whatever I am today, I say thank you to Lodja Engineer Adileku. I wish I can prostrate to him. So, but on that note, I will go quickly to the point. I've prepared this in form of a PowerPoint so that all of you can see what I'm presenting. But for some reason, there's some issue with the IT, the location of the PowerPoint screen, and I think we have to fault some people for this. And next year, whoever did the organization for the presentation, we shouldn't let them do this next year. We have to fire them tonight, so that next year we don't have this kind of, But regardless, please just have to bear with me. The gentleman over there is going to be changing the slide as we go along. And the very first slide in my presentation out there is simply to talk of the fragmented socio-economic development in the digital land. The development in the digital land is fragmented. Fragmented simply meaning that it's very patchy. It's uncoordinated. It is, there has not been a serious, well-articulated coordination in terms of the socio-economic development of the digital land. Tonight I'm supposed to talk briefly about the vision for 2020. It's a familiar route because the other day I was privileged to give a talk at Abeokuta on mapping Egba land against Massachusetts in America. That is, in 25 years, can we close the gap between Egba land and Massachusetts? But tonight, I'm indeed talking about what Ijesha land will look like in 2020. The key thing is that whatever Ijesha is going to become in 2020, it is in our hand. It is in the hand of the IPID members. And of course, that is represented here tonight. Intervention of IPID. IPID definitely will have to step up the activities in Ijesha land. IPID will have to come up with some grand design of transformation. The key word is transformation now. IPID will have to get into the equation of Ijesha at home and Ijesha in Nigeria diaspora. Please hear that. You know, we have three groups right now. We have the Ijeshas who are resident at Ilesha, or Ijesha land generally, including our former chairman of the breweries, you know, and a couple of them that came to Houston several weeks ago. So these are Ijeshas at home. Then we have the Ijeshas in Nigeria diaspora, that is Ijesha resident in Nigeria but not living in Ijesha land. Those are the Ijesha in Nigeria diaspora. And then we have the IPID, and that is the global diasporan Ijesha. That is not living in Nigeria, living in different parts of the world, in the Americas, the UK, Australia, and all the rest of them. Okay, now, what is going to be the role of IPID when you talk about the social economic development in Malaysia, especially against the year 2020? The question on the slide is, what will IPID do? What will IPID do? First of all, my postulation tonight is that the very first thing that we should do as IPID, if we really believe we want to have a tangible result in year 2020, first of all, we need to examine the details of the efforts that have been done so far. We need to also look at the philosophy underlying such efforts. The efforts that have been done in the past years, what have been the philosophy? Was it based on some selfish rationale? Was it based on some political leaning or some, gainful aggrandizement? We have to look at the philosophy. The other thing we have to look at is the people and personalities behind such efforts. All the efforts that have been done over the past years, as fragmented as they were, we have to look at the people and personalities behind such efforts. Then the problem they ran into. We have to evaluate the methods and tools that have been used, methods and tools that have been deployed and tried towards our solutions. Yes, we have to give thanks to a lot of people. People have been trying a lot of methods to see how Ijesha land could be improved. We have to examine those methods. Have they been working? If they have not been working, where's the gap? How can we close that gap? And that's why we always say that this is in the hand of IPID. And finally, we want to evaluate the geopolitical terrain in Ijesha land. I have to take a little break. The senator, right? Welcome, sir. I have to stop my speech because of you. Yeah, we appreciate you. Okay, so yes. Senator Omanworare. That is the person we have in our midst tonight. The last thing I was about to say was IPI will have to evaluate the geopolitical terrain of the land. How does the geopolitical terrain come into the equation? We cannot simply rule that out of the total process that we have to follow to improve the socio-economic status of Ilesha. Then the next slide talks about unity. How about the question of unity? Unity at all or at what level? Is there unity at all level? Or at what level do we have unity in Ijesha land? the political division. Is it real and serious? Yes, it is real and serious. Is there unity among the monarchs and chiefs? I mean, as a little guy looking from outside, I doubt very much whether there is indeed unity among the kings and chiefs. And these are some aspects that IPID we have to look at working towards 2020. Again, IPID, I call them the diasporans now, the real diaspora, totally out of Nigeria, in Australia, UK, America, everywhere. The Ijeshas in the Nigerian diaspora first, they should praise them, the Ijesha in Nigeria diaspora, that's Ijesha living in Malaysia, I mean in Nigeria. They've been doing a lot of stuff for Ijesha land. But, and then of course, they've been acting as a catalyst towards the development of Ijesha land. And there are so many of them, you know, in Nigeria. Again, they've been acting as catalyst towards the socio-economic development of Ijesha land. Then come the IPID. You know, I've said IPID so many times today because of IPID that we're here tonight. Again, I repeat myself, then comes the IPID. What, again, do we have to do? We need for IPID to play a lead role in assessing and reviewing what others have been doing over the years. Okay? We have to be positioned. That's the IPID, and I believe I'm an integral member of IPID myself in here. We have to reposition ourselves to articulate a well-structured and doable grand design. Doable grand design. We just don't say we want to do stuff. We have to evaluate what we plan to do. Are they doable to be achieved in a timely manner? And also, we want to understand that all our effort will involve major planning, corporate commitment, and most importantly, goodwill of the Ijesha people. The major advantage that IPID has is that we are in a society where we can just copy. We are in a society where we can think clearly to evaluate what we're going to do. We don't have to start from scratch to do anything in Ijesha land because we happen to be in an environment where we can simply look at the good things they are doing and then just copy this. That's what we call copy and paste in Ijesha land. Also, the question of grand design, and this is going to be the last phase of my discussion. IPID grand design, we are grand design again, meaning that after we've evaluated what others have been doing, now we want to come up with our own grand design towards year 2020. First, we have to limit our effort to a realizable goal of development. It's got to be realizable. We must have timelines and measurable outcomes. Timelines, we should have, okay, this is what we have, this is when we expect to complete it. And we have to look at the outcome, evaluate the outcome, assess the outcome. It's going to be an outcome-based development. Outcome-based process towards 2020. We have to be evaluating the outcome as we go along. We must provide for resources to accomplish goal. We must look for resources to accomplish this goal. We must specify managers, coordinators, auditors. Let me say that again. Managers, coordinators, and auditors. I start with the last one. How does the auditor come in? The auditor simply audits what we are doing. Are we progressing in accordance with that set timetable? Then we have the coordinator, the group that's going to coordinate the activities. And then we have the managers. How are we going to manage this? We're going to have managers to manage what we have in plan towards 2020. And also, we must identify executors of plans at all levels. We must reassess at predetermined intervals. What I mean by that is that at certain predetermined intervals, we should look at what we have done. We have to look back, see whether we want to reshuffle, whether we want to reorganize, whether we got to get rid of somebody and replace with somebody else. And again, we must buy in the blessings of the Shia people at home, the monarchs and chiefs. And that's why we are so lucky tonight that we do have representatives of monarchs, chiefs in here with us this evening. We must determine the stakeholders and movers. Are the stakeholders going to be volunteers? Are they going to be corporate bodies? Are they going to be societies, NGOs? But all these people will have to be brought into the equation. Again, finally, propose IPID steps, the steps we should take as IPID. Again, first and foremost, we are going to articulate a mission statement. A mission statement might be as simple as towards the transforming of Ijesha socio-economics in a coordinated fashion. I say that again. Towards the transforming of Ijesha socio-economics in a coordinated fashion. Because you cannot transform this Ijesha. There are so many things that are so fragmented. It's got to be in a coordinated fashion. And secondly, the next step we have to look at is we want to set up a global task force. And that's very, very important. As IPID, we need to set up a global task force with the sole aim of exploring and articulating liaison and coordination with influential individuals in Ijesha land, in Nigeria, and establish a strong linkage with them. Thirdly, we need to have a series of colloquium and a symposium. You know, IPID president, where is the IPID president? He's not here, listening to me. But that's fine. We have the elected IPID, Dr. Akamolo, in here. Please listen very, very hard to me again. We need to start a series of symposium and colloquium in Ilesha, in Ibokun, in all the major capitals of the local government. We go beyond that. We need to have symposium and colloquium in Port Harcourt, in Lagos, in Abuja. We have to identify different communities in Nigeria where we have a lot of Ijeshas. And truly speaking, I want to speak in Zaria. And in Zaria, when in those good days, and of course, Engineer Adeleke was in Zaria too, we have a bunch of Ijeshas living in Zaria. I was in a place called, this place very close to the border of Egypt and Israel. We were at a restaurant in there. A guy came, a black guy. I was asking, what are you doing in this place? He said, well, it's business, share and stuff like that, you know. Where are you? Where's your homeland? Hometown in Nigeria. I said, he's from Ilesha. All the way from Ilesha to Tel Aviv. And, you know, I said, my God, you know. But that's the way we are. We have to look for Ijeshas wherever they are. And they are all over the place. They have to listen. We want to talk to them in a symposium kind of thing to get them to. We want to listen to them. IPID wants to listen to them. What do you think? You are in this place and everything. What will you see Ijesha to be, Ijesha land to be in the year 2020? And that's what I say, don't come to us, we come to you. That's what I call grassroots kind of canvassing, to find exactly how we can inject our capability into the Ijesha land. You know. And of course, we have to establish baseline items which you can measure progress or outcome, education, health, and health infrastructure. We have to garner some ideas about the immeasurable and uncountable items. They are what, that is the final part of the steps that we should take as the IPID. That is the question of disincentive. What is going to cause a disincentive to the development, the social economic development of Ijesha land? Disincentive simply meaning things that will not make this happen in a timely manner. And what I call a disincentive, to wrap up this discussion, is the question of safety and security. Safety and security in Ijesha land, we know it has been going down over the years. There's a need for IPID to step in and get this arrested. How do we do this? There's a need for IPID to have a strong relationship with the Obas, the kings, the chiefs at Ijesha land to help about how we can be able to arrest the growth of safety and security in Nigeria. We have to overcome some limitations. There are a lot of limitations. To overcome limitations, we have to look for ways to work with the government. We have to influence government for pursuit of infrastructure development. And again, as I said, for safety and security, we need to be able to talk and have a relationship with the king and chiefs, and also with the police in Ijesha land. And finally, is the question of industry. The very final thing in industry. Industrialization is key. that is the key of the whole thing, industrialization. Everything that I've been talking about affects industrialization. And then when it comes to the nitty-gritty of it, what kind of industry do we need in Ijisha land? Where will they be sited? How much is it going to cost? What is going to assist to ensure we don't have bankruptcy, that this company don't run into bankruptcy? And also, who are going to be the people to really man this industry to ensure there's transparency and openness? And what we are essentially saying right now is that we are just starting. Ipid is only what, two years now. Ipid is 2 years now. And really with the way, the momentum that IPAD had brought up, I can see IPAD as a major mover in terms of growth of Ijisha land in the year 2020. That is where I want to rest my case for tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Lowokere. This belongs, sir. Ìṣègùn ọmọdún pẹ̀lú ọmọdún sọ̀jìṣà ní ẹ̀mí ẹ̀ mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́sì ráìkò. Bá a ti sọ ìbò dé àtúmọ̀ ìjìṣà ní mẹ́rin, à ń jìṣà ọkùnrin.